Now, there is a horrific story that we have learnt about in the past couple of days, and I'm going to save you from some of the really ugly stuff, because it's been a tough night here. Obviously, the past hour has been a lot of information that has been really full on to handle. But as you know, China is not a normal country. And those who say manage the relationship, lie back and take it, are also the same type of people who pretend that we have to be oh so woke about things like human rights. The same types of people who will go and buy the AFLW Pride jersey because, you know, there's more genders than there are players on the field. But you get the point, right? But none of these people call out China for the horrific human rights abuses they are committing tonight. As you know, there's about 1 million Uighurs, essentially Muslims, who are living in China, and because China is essentially a God-free zone, these people aren't just depersoned when they're not able to work, use public transport, use the cashless economy that they have. They are sent to re-education camps. And these re-education camps are vile places. China tries to pretend that they don't exist, but satellite imagery, as well as people who have been in them, is the proof that they exist. And I want anyone who says that Australia must sit back, manage the relationship, don't upset China, to watch 3 people. These people were all on the BBC in the past 24 hours talking about the horrible conditions for Uighurs in these re-education camps. Remember, if you wince at this stuff, I'm saving you from the really ugly stuff. First, one of the women.
They were 3 men. Not 1, but 3. They did whatever evil their mind could think of, and they didn't spare any part of my body, biting it to the extent that it was disgusting to look at. They didn't just rape, they were barbaric.
A woman who was first in the camp as a detainee and then was given jobs to do while in the detention also details how the very people who were victims of what the Chinese were doing, as a way of being spared from being victims, ended up being people who assisted their abuser. This is 2021 in China.
I worked 6 months as a cleaning worker for the women. Han Chinese men would pay money to have their pick of the pretty young inmates. My job is to remove their clothes and then handcuff them on their beds so they cannot move.
Now, I get it. You're feeling uncomfortable right now. There's worse that I'm not going to show you. But this is what we're dealing with. This is not a normal country. This is a country that we should not be bowing down to, that we should be putting pressure on. That if we believe in things like the United Nations, that they should be investigating. People who are working with those that are now telling their stories say there's plenty more, but obviously they won't stand in front of a camera.
Survivors of the camps have told of horrific tortures. Very often sexual abuse, however, is told in less detail. It's traumatic to remember, and women are often afraid of bringing shame to their own family members.
After the show tonight, I will put the BBC report on our Facebook page. Let's see how many people who are the woke members of the Australian media or the people who claim to care about human rights in our political structure bother to watch it, let alone share it, retweet it, and inform the public. This is heartbreaking stuff. And if you care about human rights, then you care about the Uighurs. And if you care about the Uighurs, you cannot support China.